All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome, y'all. Hopefully everything is okay at the moment. Twitch has been a little strange for me this morning, but y'all are, well, this morning. It's 4 in the afternoon. What am I saying? But, yeah, hopefully it behaves itself. We're gonna go ahead and give it a shot and see. Yeah, morning. Listen, guys, my sleep schedule is so hecked at this point. And living in the north, that's one thing that's been different because the sun goes down a lot earlier. So I don't know, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and jump back in. So we're here with Ezra and Gale. There's Gale. And their puppies here. I think, do we only have 4? We only have 4, okay. I was panicked for a moment thinking we had lost some already. But we haven't given these guys their names yet, so we have, it looks like, 3 males and 1 female, so we probably need more male names than female names. All of them are, well, yeah, all of them are gonna have black coats because Ezra has his frickin' glitched double black coat, because of course he does, because he's Ezra, and this family is just like this. So all of them are gonna have black coats, we know that much. But I think we've got some that are more on the gray spectrum, some that are more on the brown spectrum. And 2F, I think that's the possible Blackfire coat, actually. But whatever the case may be, we're gonna name these guys a little bit later in the episode. And what do we need to do right now? They're full on food. Mostly, I think we probably just need to fix... Well, the territory is also fine. Yeah, the territory is going to be weird. That's what it is. We might actually just sleep until night then, because I think Ezra and Gale are okay. And, yeah, y'all have been chanting Cattle Ranch, Cattle Ranch, Cattle Ranch at me for a while through the various streams. So I think we're going to go ahead and probably actually sleep until night here, too, on this disappearing. We'll name these guys a little bit later. Permadeath is off. Yes, we keep permadeath off in the streams, and we keep permadeath off for any of our mates who are going to be at the ranch. That's just the rule that I have, because they're not smart about some of the traps. And although this has become a point of infamy for some of my wolves, it's just... You know, at least with, like, bears and stuff, you kind of have a chance. With the ranch, it's pretty much just a guarantee that at some point, sooner or later, the mate is gonna die. So I'm like, I don't really like having that as a guarantee. Looks like we're at 6 names right now, too, so ideally we get up to at least 8, but we'll see. A little scared something's gonna jump out at us, but maybe not, maybe not. I'm just gonna let these guys... 4M, what are you doing? I was like 3. Nope. Alright, this is the absolute hazard of Ezra's puppies, isn't it? This man has been a menace for his entire life, and I don't think he intends to stop now, nor do his pups. We're gonna sleep again here. Got some good names coming in. Yeah, very fitting possible name for 4M there. Yeah, Gale is quite a sweetheart. Alright, it's nighttime, or very nearly so. Let's send these guys into the den. Are we gonna have something jump out at us? Nope. Alright, y'all ready for some cattle ranch chaos? That's gonna be the pattern here. Alright, let's go down here. We had recently a community event where we all went to the cattle ranch and caused some shenanigans. That just went up on the main YouTube channel, if you guys haven't seen that. It was quite a fun time. No on-screen deaths yet, though. Sorry to disappoint. So we'll see if it ends up happening this series with Ezra. He feels somehow like both the most likely and the least likely to me, because he's just got that overconfidence about him. But at the same time, he's also had the most ridiculous luck of any wolf that I've ever seen in this game, so I'm like, okay, would not be surprised if he remains the one who got away as well. Ranch time indeed, ranch time indeed. Speaking of events as well, I don't know if we're gonna have a community event this month or not, but we are having an event in the sub-server where you can vote on a new sticker design with actually a duo themed around Valentine's Day, so we're voting on which of those, or which of our wolf pairs have been the favorite. So if you're interested in getting in on that, you can join the sub server either through right here on Twitch subs, through YouTube channel memberships, or through Patreon, as long as you're over the age of 13, because of Discord's terms of service. Yeah, we got that in the chat there. So that's something fun that's been going on over Valentine's Day here. I was gonna say, isn't it about time for the ranch music? Now it is, there we go. Okay, so ranch time. Snow is fading by now. I might get a little quiet when we go to the ranch too, just because it is a little bit of a more focused activity, even though it's not active hunting most of the time. Where's the darn gap of the fence? It's kind of just a guarantee that I've gone the wrong way. We are recording this. My grand paranoia is that one of these days I'm gonna forget to press record and we're just not gonna have the YouTube VOD, or I mean, I can pull it off of Twitch, but Twitch is such a menace about auto emoji. Yeah, it is a little bit. We gotta get some new emojis too, now that life is settling down a bit more. I gotta make some more of those. Which wolves do you want to see as emojis? I know I have to do a second Puma emote. I gotta do something with Ezra. At this point, I think he's already made his mark, but I'd also like to involve Frodo's legacy in that as well. Let's see. Ooh, I hope your computer is able to be fixed soon. That'd be fun to play some more WolfQuest. Okay, it's just not on this side, is it? Grand struggle of finding the gap in the fence, the true bane. This gets a lot harder to do down the line. A lot scarier to have to go looking. We do need some basic emojis, you're right. Sometimes emojis are a little bit hard to translate, like the expressions can be a little hard to translate. Oh, there's the cows. There's the cows right there. We found the cows. Can't get to the cows, but we found them. Ezra Trollface, yeah. This man, doing his signature smirk. Let's see. It's probably right on the other side here. Okay, oh goodness. Oh, that's annoying. This is an annoying setup, knowing where the herd is. Not great, because we're gonna have to run all the way over here to get out, aren't we? We gotta make this a really clean kill, or bad times. Oh, this is not phenomenal. Not the best of setups. Where is the dang gap in the fence? What in the world? Oh, no. No, not liking this. Ain't about this. Oh my goodness. All the way over here, because of course it is. Alright. Well, I'm for a stealth mission, I suppose. We did not run past it, it was just that far away. Something related to the weird genetics. We already have Glitchy Puma, which I need to translate into a static one, which is kind of in reference to that. Thought the first time was supposed to be easy, right? A rancher got sussed out after the shenanigans that we caused in the community event. Yeah, this is probably, not gonna lie, one of the worst setups that I've seen for the ranch in a while here. Alright, be careful, Gale. Where... okay. Yeah, I am not about all this. Oh, wait, nope, I've changed my mind. No, silence! I've changed my mind. This is actually a really good setup. This is one of my favorite ones I've ever seen. That was pretty clean. We're not out of the woods yet, but that was not a lot of mooing, and Pinecone's not around yet, so we don't have to worry about the hecker just yet. Okay. Eat our fill. How is Gale? 103. That's good enough. We don't have a lot of pups. Now we just book it back out of the ranch. Alright. Yeah, I think, did we drink? We drank from the creek on the way in, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Rain noticed it, okay. Alright. Now we just hope that that wasn't enough to alert the rancher, and we should be scot-free if we are, if that wasn't enough. I don't know exactly what the threshold is. I don't know if it's a guarantee after any mooing at all. I know we've had kills where there was just straight up no mooing. Right here. And... home free. There is a little bit of carcass left, too. I didn't quite let Gil finish eating. So, yeah, there's that as well. Yeah, sometimes the mates are a little bit more of a loner and going away. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily a loner trait, because I think I've seen a lot of them do it, but the mates going off to eat by themselves can waste a little bit of time there. Now, yep, that's our first cattle ranch run. I was a little bit worried about that, but that's also going to be our easiest run. I don't know if we're gonna go every chance that we get, but we'll go pretty often, I think. You know, I think that's why y'all sent me down here. For the ranch shenanigans on stream. Yep. Alright. Yeah, we've got that cool little waterfall. When I logged in, the waterfall was just all that I could hear. Alright. There are also beavers right by us, too, so that might be a good source of food when we're not out at the ranch. Let's call the pups. We'll play with them a bit. No, I'll hang out with them a bit in the daytime, I think. Ezra, bane of the cattle ranch. Yep, indeed. He's gonna... It's so funny to me that, like, the least possible stealthy wolf that we could have, like, this man has the brightest white coat that I have ever seen. And yet he's the night stealth mission wolf. How did y'all achieve this? How did we do this? He seems like he'd be the worst candidate, but at the same time, it's a little bit fitting, kind of a little bit of a ghostly vibe. The Phantom of the Ranch. But the buzzing was in the pre-stream, probably. If that's what you're hearing right now, then that's probably what it was, because it's just the waterfall over here. Here is Gale. Gale's gonna stay with the pups. You gonna watch him for a sec? Yes. Gale will let us go check out. Nope, Gale's not gonna let us check out the waterfall. Can you keep an eye on our babies, because the children are disappearing into the void? Oh my gosh. Gale, did you get them back? No. Goodness. Why are you like this? Why do you do these things? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised knowing your parents, but goodness gracious, babies, why? Why must you be this way? Ezra used Cattle Ranch stealth. It was ironically effective. Yup, indeed. You got him, Gale? Nope, Gale has not got them. Alright, Gale, can you stay back with the pups for a second? Thank you. I just want to show the dang waterfall. The waterfall's over here. I just want to show it off. Well, there's more up there, actually. But there's waterfall, like, right here, too. Here, we'll get a cool picture of Ezra, if I can. Maybe. Maybe. No, I might not actually be able to get him that close to the waterfall without falling off the cliffs. It's still a pretty cool picture. Here, let's get him looking the right direction, though. Here we go. There we are. Maybe we'll actually see the Aurora on YouTube. So, fun fact, I've seen the Aurora in this game, like, 2 times ever. I just can't. I don't know. It does not show up for me ever, apparently. Anyway, let's play with these guys a bit, and then we'll see them a little bit more. So far I've noticed... Oh yeah, 2M is eyebrows as well. So 4M and 2M just sprint into the frickin' void without warning or hesitation. They really just vanish, the both of them. So that's what I've noticed so far. Yeah, it's 1 name per person for the time being, because we have such few pups right now. Have chaos happen soon, I reckon. Oh, 2M's got a bone. Yeah. Oh, ha! was just calling out your siblings on wandering off. Now you go and vanish. Excuse me? Excuse me? Kid? Gail, did you find the puppy? 3M. Sir? Boy? Get your butt back here. Sir. Sir. Cease. Cease this. I feel like Ezra's gotta be like maxed out bold or something like that. Goodness gracious. He's gone again. No, he's not. Okay. I thought he was heading right back the direction that he had originally gone. He's on a mission. Yeah, I guess he was. He wants to go raid the ranch like his dad, apparently. Apparently, he's gonna go check out the ranch for himself. Y'all, you can't just do that. You can't just do that. You're too small. You can do that when you're grown up. Who growling? Dude! 4M. 4M is telling off his brother for vanishing. Okay, this I will allow. Wanted to get as far away from the den as possible. Evidently. Angie, yeah. Brother, why you vanish? Cow meat is yummy. I must have more. Goodness, we're creating a bunch of little monsters here, aren't we? As we're finding out what being a mother was like. Yeah, he's about to figure out what he put his poor mom through. Alright, y'all. Eat your food, and then let's go back in the den. I'm just gonna feed these guys real quick. You know, to be honest, the food situation's pretty aight at the moment. The territory is as well. That's just a stump. Suspicious stump. At least we've got a pretty good view of the surrounding area. About predator time, I'm guessing, so I'm a little bit on edge. How y'all doing with food? Food's okay. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back. Back in the den, y'all. No eagles yet. That's the biggest fear here. Eagles and sickness are the things that I... not so sure about. Alright, Gail, let's... I don't even know what we should do. Let's go get food, I guess. We've technically got a carcass up here. There's really not even anything we need to worry that much about at this present moment. Stumpspicious. Yeah, stumpspicious is a good word for it. I'm just gonna mark a lot of the ones that are, even the ones that don't need it right now, because I think that's gonna help us in the long run to have some of these marked so that we don't have to worry so much about them all decaying at once, because what's gonna happen if we don't stay on top of that is they're all gonna decay at once and then we're gonna be left scrambling. So if we can put a little bit of foresight into it, that's not gonna be bad. I've been getting better at eagle attacks. You just follow its shadow and try not to panic. Yeah, that's... Hello? What does my computer do? Cease? I don't know why it decided to switch windows at once. It just was like, no, you're no longer tabbed into the game. I'm like, great, thanks. That's very helpful. I love that you've done this. But yeah, no need to apologize for puns. Puns are wonderful. Yeah, that's the best way that I've found to deal with them as well. The eagle attacks, I mean. Shoe. Let's go find the shoe, actually. Best way that I've found to deal with the eagle attacks is to follow the shadow still. Oh, you hush! Just because I'm talking about you doesn't mean to get to chime in. But yeah, following the shadow is a little bit easier than using head cam. It's just that it's sometimes it's a lot easier to lose the shadow, especially if you have higher graphics settings. So, hello? I'd rather not get stuck on a tree. Ooh, little gas station in the middle of nowhere. This is fine. Abandoned gas station. There's the shoe. Very normal shoe. Human snowshoe. Yeah, sure, we'll call it that. We'll call it that. We'll call it a snowshoe. Gail! Gail! Oh my goodness! Absolutely losing my mind over her right now. That's so funny. She's just like, what the heck is my husband doing? This is my favorite thing. I'm gonna try to get, like, there we go. Oh my word. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Oh my goodness. Hold on though, I wanna like see here. Oh no, Gale, wait, where are you going? I wanted to look at you for a second. I'm trying to see, does she have a snaggletooth? She does! I just noticed that. It's hard to see, but she has a snaggletooth. You'll probably be able to see it better in her picture at the end, but she actually has a snaggletooth as well as the scar on her nose there. She's a little bit jealous. She wants the shoe apparently, yeah. All right, where was I even going? I don't know what I was doing. I'm gonna go mark this scent post. We're gonna go to the carcass after this. She is. I'm really glad that we came back for her. I think it gave them both a pretty interesting story, but she sure did make a heck of an impression. Customization indeed. Ezra be reenacting Circle of Life on a disused gas station bench with some sort of clown or other costume boots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it do be a clown shoe. It looks like one. Fitting for this man. He certainly is well acquainted with clownery. You want... Yeah, I want to chase, I guess. Yeah. I've got my mouth full at the moment, or I would help you. Her little confident tail, too, at the end, though. Hello? Hello? That's just a fox. Not what the source... Ah. I see the source of the music. I see the source of the music. Okay, Gil, we probably ought to eat kind of fast. Oh, nope. She leaving. Alright, never mind. Well, I guess we scared her off. Alright, then. How much? Oh, yeah, it's gone. Okay. Yeah, you do well to run. You don't want to heck with us. Don't mess with the Lost Fog Pack. Yeah, I love when the NPC wolves have the modifications, especially, like, Snaggletooth is not a common one. We've had a couple that, a couple of our wolves who've had it, but I don't think I've ever seen it on an NPC, or at least not noticed it. It's a little bit more subtle when you're looking, I see now. But that's it's very cute. What wolves had it? I'm pretty sure that Rat has a Snaggletooth. Trying to think... Oh, actually, I don't know. Yeah, y'all probably haven't met Scraps. Scraps is one of my personal wolves. Scraps has a Snaggletooth. Scraps is kind of Rat's predecessor, actually. She was one of my personal wolves, and she's just kind of she's a menace. And she very much came from that same vibe of just being this poor, tore-up wolf. But yeah, Scraps hasn't actually been on the channel now that I think of it. I'll have to show some of my personal wolves at some point, because I've had a few who I've not actually introduced properly ever, and they're probably not going to have series, they're just going to remain personal wolves. One of my personal wolves, I'll probably do some literature about at some point. I'd like to do some writing for him, because technically he is Peregrine's brother. And that'd be Arcturus. We've talked about Arcturus in the sub-server before. He technically is a canon wolf, but he's never had a series, and his pups have some canon adventures as well, so at some point I'd like to do like a kind of, I guess, a branching written story about them, rather than something that's streamed all the time, because I don't really intend to stream a lot of his story, but generally his side of the family is just generally pretty weird. Which is in keeping with this pack, to be fair. They're all kind of strange ones. But yeah, Arcturus was actually also a cattle ranch wolf. Scraps is an interesting name, yeah. It was just basically named off of being scrappy, kind of was the vibe I was going for. Yes, Rat is excellent. Rat will be back at some point. I need to now make revisions to her, her challenge, and just make a few adjustments to make it a little bit easier to track. Because that was one thing, is a little hard to keep track of everything when you're bouncing between challenge to challenge. Okay, we've already been here. I'll mark that one over there. We already marked that one over there, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, she'll be back at some point. I just want to do some revisions to make that a little bit easier to keep track of first. I don't know if any of our other, I don't know if any of our other wolves have had the snaggletooth. I almost gave it to Dante, but I don't think I ended up doing that. But I'm pretty sure I almost gave it to Dante. We are on top of the den. This is not where I want to be. Pup name ideas are still being accepted. Yes, we'll probably name them the next day. Good gosh, that shoe is atrocious. Absolutely horrendous. I love it. I love how much the WolfQuest team looked at Lost River and was like, yes, this is licensed to be absolutely buck wild weird about things and not apologize for or explain it, and they're so valid for that. Just all of the weird, freaky little things in Lost River, it's really the perfect place to do it if you're gonna wild like that. It may as well do it in Lost River, and it's wonderful. all of the oddities, we love to see them. But yeah, we're gonna be continuing to accept names for Lost Fog Pack for a little bit longer, and then we'll probably name them the day after this. Yeah, we're about halfway through the episode right now. Got some good names coming in. Alright. I want to get this, goodness, I want to get the affinity up because the pups are disappearing into the void. And, not ideal right now. It is, speaking of fog, it's very foggy, and ordinarily I like this, but it does reduce visibility quite a lot. So I think I would rather not do this right now. I think I would rather sleep for a bit. And, oh yeah, because there'd be an eagle over there too. Yeah, we gotta be careful with the eagles. Alright. I might actually... You know, it's still dark. Let's feed these guys. I think I'll leave Gale here and sneak back to the ranch tonight. Because we did leave a bit of carcass there. Alright. Gale, do you want to stay back? Gale, I think, is pretty keen on following. Nope, she's gonna stay. Okay. Yeah, she's staying with him. Alright. That's good. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not sure if she's always gonna want to follow us or not. But we did leave a carcass back at the ranch, so I think we'll sneak over there and have Ezra eat that. And Gale's pretty full on food if the pups are okay with the amount that Ezra left for him, so I think we'll be fine. Pups are disappearing into the abyss, yes. Yeah, we got a couple who that name might fit especially well for. We'll have to see what y'all end up deciding, though. Man, this game is so dang pretty, though. I always gotta look. Any auroras? I don't think we got an aurora. Man, I hope we'll get to see it at some point. Also, I hope the nighttime isn't too atrocious for y'all watching, because I cannot really color correct it the way that I can for the YouTube videos. So hopefully this isn't too awful to watch. It's my one fear, that you can see fine. Okay, good. That's good. I always worry that it's going to get really dark on YouTube, and it might be worse in the VOD. Hopefully not too much. But, that's the one challenge. That's why, actually, I don't do a lot of YouTube series at night in this game, because it doesn't show up quite as well in the videos as it does in game. That's why, for Petra's series being what it was, I had to take some special precautions and actually do color correction on it for a lot of the nighttime scenes, which is not awful. It takes me a little bit longer to edit, so it's kind of a thing that I have to premeditate. But that's why generally I don't spend a lot of time at night. I don't play too much at night most of the time. 'Cause normally if it's just a small segment, I don't bother to do the color corrections. Yeah, the rancher has quite a few tricks up his sleeve. If you mess with him enough, you'll start to find out. We don't really super need to mark the exit this time, because we're probably not going to cause any trouble here. But, yeah, we gotta be a little careful. Yeah, it would have been nice to have this break when we were actually hunting here, but it's fine. It turned out to go okay. Oh, there's the car. Because I don't know if this is... That was really not worth breaking in here for. I guess it'll get us up to 100, but... Yeah. Alright. Let's sneak back out. I guess it got us up to full enough. How are we doing on territory? Territory is still perfectly acceptable. You know, I feel like that's kind of Ezra's vibe, is he's just like, you know, I'm bored. I wish something would happen. Like, my boy, be careful what you wish for. But that's kind of just, I feel like he very much lives on the edge. He kind of lives for the thrill. He's definitely a bit more of a risk taker than any of the wolves that we've had so far. Let's get him back home, though. I think we'll be fine. And then we'll probably name the pups for too long here after we play through the next full day. It really wasn't worth going all that way, though. I thought there might be a little bit more left than that. But no, we actually ate most of it the first night. Alright, there are beavers. What direction is the wind coming from? The wind's coming from over here, so if we skirt way around, we might be able to find some beavers. Your cat's sitting on your gaming chair. Aww. Abby has taken to, like, sitting on my nightstand, and I really don't know why, because, like, I turned around in the middle of last night, and she was just sitting on my nightstand staring at me while I was trying to go to sleep. I was like, ma'am, can I help you? She was just looking. Just observing. No real explanation for it, just doing a big look. Grab! Ugh. Didn't get enough. Okay. Oh, you ran farther from the water. That's not a smart idea. No. Oh, I don't think we're gonna get it by ourselves, though. Nope. Get back out of the water. Get back out of the water. No. No, we're not gonna get him. Never mind. I thought Ranger used to supply beef for the town's restaurants. Yeah, it could be. I don't know what kind of cows. I don't know how you tell dairy cows from beef cows. I don't know if there's obvious physical differences or any of that, apart from, well, I guess dairy cows are female, but I think there's, like, different breeds that are specifically bred to be better at one or the other. There's a burger joint in town, you're right. Is the cat a gamer now, or is the chair a cat chair now? That's a very excellent question. Yeah, no beaver today, unfortunately. Alas. 3M, where are you going? Oh, you're appearing from the den. Somebody's moved the shoe. Oh, it's down here. I was gonna be a little worried if the shoe disappeared. Alright, let's see. Huh. Yeah, the beaver's Easter egg is one of the funniest things, I think. We'll have to see too. I don't know if they'll put Halloween decorations in this version of Lost River, but if they do, like, that's gonna be real fun. It's gonna be real fun to see if they end up putting in those kinds of Halloween decorations again. It would fit the vibe very well, and they have a lot more that they could decorate with Halloween or Christmas decorations. I think we will be full on... I think we'll be full on energy. Ezra has one of the weirder sleep schedules of the wolves that we've had so far. Yep, full on energy. That's a raven. But I still think I'm gonna feed the pups and then send them in the... That's a bald eagle. We're probably about to have an eagle attack very soon here. Alright, pups, eat quickly, please. Nope, never mind. Nope, go back in the den. Back in the den, back in the den, back in the den, back in the den. Back in the den, hurry. Oh, that's not what I expected, but okay, coyote attack is fine. Coyote attack's fine. Where are these heckers? Where are these heckers? Well, get out! Yeah, you better leave. You better leave. Alright, we got him. Well, in that case, the dachshund's dressed up in hot dog buns. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be hilarious if they added that. Oh my gosh. Let's actually call the pups now then, and just name them now, because I think we've got a pretty good idea of their personalities. I mean, all of the boys like to just disappear. The sister seems to be the quieter one. But we'll go ahead while they're eating and name them, I think. So let's pause here. Do we have a runt actually? Possibly 2M, but probably not. Probably not. So let's go ahead. We'll close names. Gotta get this up. Where is? Here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll pause redemptions here. And I think... Alright. So we will name... Well, I guess we'll just go in order. Let's see. So our first pup is you. That's 2M. Who's vanishing into the distance over there? Okay, now 2F is also I think they're all wanderers. Anyway, this is 2M. He has eyebrows. I think he is the second darkest pup, I think, because I think the one closest to us is the darkest fur. But I think he's the most gray. So let's go ahead. We'll do a poll. What should we name 2M? And I think... Let's go ahead, and these will be our first two options. Got names that are pretty fitting all the way around the board, honestly. Yeah, eyebrows. Yeah. Yeah, the devs are watching. Please feel free to steal the hot dog idea. It's very funny. Alright. Yeah, there's a lot of good names this, well, there always is, but I feel like we got some especially fitting ones this time around. The eyebrows coat is so darn cute. Have we ever had a pup with that coat survive? I think we have. I know we've had a couple of times where that pup has ended up dying, though, and everybody's been really disappointed because eyebrows coat cute. They should bring back the Rudolph nose. Oh my gosh, yes, that'd be hilarious. Oh, and it looks like this little one is gonna be called Ghost. Alright. There we go. So next up we have 2F, who's vanishing. I think this is the possible Blackfire coat. This is 2F? Yep, this is 2F. Ma'am. What are you doing with your feet? I'm trying to get you in a pose that's like... Alright, nope, she just wants to be odd with her legs. What is she doing? What is she doing? Alright, strange little one. Let's do what should we name to F? She's got a little bit more of a brownish coat here. And I think we'll do these two. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start. Stop motion animation. I didn't know that you could do that, by the way. Like, it doesn't mention it It doesn't mention anywhere in the controls. I've just learned this recently, that you can fast forward time by pressing the arrow key. Did not know that that was a thing, and somebody told me about it more recently, and I was like, what? Because the number of times that I've been going in and out of photo mode to get, like, the perfect shot and then not been able to do it, I could have just been pressing the arrow keys, and so I felt a little stupid about that one. She wants to be like a deer. Yeah, no, I'm gonna share that knowledge with y'all now, apparently. Had no idea that that was a thing. What am I drinking? I wasn't sure if y'all would hear me opening an energy drink here. Yeah, I got a bit of a longer night ahead of me, so I've been having some caffeine. It's just that, and V8, if you hear this, sponsor me. No, I have the V8 energy drinks. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was sponsored by them. Oh, and it looks like Haze is the name for this little one here. I wish I was sponsored though, because like, in terms of caffeinated drinks, I don't like a lot of them. I can't stand coffee. In fact, I can't stand anything that has coffee in it. If it has coffee in it, I will notice, and I will not like it. So, okay, you are 3M, alright. Trying to, well, so okay, here, this is a little bit of a dilemma. But yeah, so I don't like a lot of caffeinated drinks, I don't like a lot of tea, but also I don't like normal energy drinks, because a lot of them have some stuff that's not great for you in them. So I like these ones because it's mostly just juice with some tea, caffeine added, and it tastes really good. Alright, let's do... let's do these. Let's do these names. Anyway, if V8 wants to sponsor me, let me know, because I'll take it. I feel like I end up shilling for companies. I shouldn't do that, because I should, like, try to actually get sponsorships. But, you know what? Sometimes if it's good, it's good. Sometimes it's hard to find good stuff, so I talk about it when I do. That and Aldi. Aldi I also end up shamelessly promoting, because Aldi's great. But I shouldn't do it. I should, like, try to get them to actually sponsor me, but then I don't. I just end up talking about it anyway. Yeah, no, I can't stand coffee. In fact, I have had, like, chocolates and things that had coffee in them, and I was like, oh, I didn't know these had coffee in them, and other people who were eating them were like, they have coffee? I'm like, yeah, I can taste it. So I have a freakish sense of taste and smell. I know I have a heightened sense of smell, and it carries over to taste, too. Because I used to be able, back when I lived with my family, I used to be able to tell what we were having for dinner because I could smell the ingredients. So there were times when I would open my door and, like, shout down the stairs from my room what we were having for dinner, and everyone was just like, Jay, how do you know that? I'm like, I can smell it! I can smell what you're cooking! And it doesn't always smell that strongly. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and again, a lot of these names are very broadly applicable names, so please feel free to resubmit them in the future if you don't get picked. Oh, and it looks like we're gonna go with Journey at 4-3M, the one who got lost and vanished. Again, very fitting names all the way around. I think all of the names that have been submitted this round have been pretty dang fitting. Alright, for the last pup here, well, first off, let me show you this puppy. Final pup here is this coat. This is 4M. Alright. And again, very good names all the way around. Definitely some of the ones that weren't picked or aren't picked, definitely come back to those, because y'all have had some great ideas. Alright, propaganda worked. Yeah, you made your mother take you to Aldi because talked about it is very good, right? Okay, to be fair, with some of these things, I have a vested interest in this. Like, I do want Aldi to do well as a store because if I can help them get business so that they don't go out of business, that benefits me because I like their food as well. So it's not, some of it is, even outside of his sponsorship, I want to promote alternative stores to, like, the huge big names, but, yeah, let's see. Hello. Oh no, welcome. Oh, the Nintendo Direct is interesting too. I didn't know it was at the same time as this. Whenever you take caffeine, if it's a day or two, you're gonna put a headache the day after. Yeah, that's what you gotta be careful with caffeine. Oh, and it looks like Abyss is the name for this puppy here. So we have Ghost, Haze, Journey, and Abyss. Alright. All very fitting names, but great names all the way around. So definitely resubmit some of the ones that didn't get picked, because again, great selection of names from y'all. Alright, I'm gonna let these guys get some food, and then I think, we'll do a brief territory marking. I think if Gale wants to stay, well, how is Gale's food? I should bring Gale with to eat. Let's send the pups in the den and then we'll go eat. They're very obsessed with the shoe. Ghost and Journey were just chewing on it. But yeah, that's the thing you do have to watch with caffeine, is it can cause headaches for some people, especially if you have too much of it. For me, I end up having it because it can also help with migraines, and I can be kind of prone to chronic migraines, so that's why I have so much caffeine. That and the ADHD, it can have some effects for that as well, just because of the way that ADHD works. So that's why I end up having it more often. I still try to limit the amount that I have though, because it can make you headachy if you have too much and then stop, and that threshold varies. And also having too much of it, having too much of pretty much anything is not going to be good for you, but yeah, you just want to be aware of whatever you have, whatever you're taking, be it a medicine or be it just, a natural kind of thing. Whatever it is, you just want to be aware of the effect that it can have, and make sure just to be informed more than anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I also always end up zoning out. The problem is I zone out, like, right, I have an alarm, like, 15 minutes before stream time, because sometimes I will just zone out and forget that it's stream day. Oh, wait, no, you don't! There we go. Alright. Gale, my dear, this is for you. You can have that all to yourself. Ezra can find something else along the way. Yes, the pack is full of amazing names so far. You always do great with the names. Alright, she should be good. Why don't you head back home, then? And we'll continue on and just do a little bit of marking. Ghost and Journey destroy the creepy clown boot. It's not the worst thing you can find in this game. There's something worse. Haven't found it yet. Don't know when we're gonna. I've seen it though. I've seen it in multiplayer. And it's pretty darn awful. We'll see when we end up encountering it. I'm not gonna try to make it happen on its own, but someday we'll have to deal with the accursed knowledge of what we uncover in this land. That's a fox, never mind. Sorry, Wilbur, I thought you were a bunny. Yeah, that's basically the way that caffeine works. It can help with migraines, but migraines are a weird, special kind of headache. And I found out too, like, some of my chronic headaches, I've talked about this before, some of my chronic headaches are, low electrolytes, I figured out. Which, by the way, some of you then told me in the comments, after I joked about drinking pickle juice the last stream, which is something that I did on a one-off as a child, some of you guys then told me that pickle juice has a lot of electrolytes. Which I looked up, and apparently it does. And now I'm questioning everything. Because I'm wondering if that's what that was all about, is if I was low electrolytes back then, because apparently I just tend to run a little bit low on them for some reason. So I don't heckin' know. Y'all have made me rethink my life. And the strange choices that I made as a child. I don't even heckin' know. But anyway, that's something that I figured out as an adult, is that was part of why I was having chronic headaches. So, this is not a medical advice channel. I'm not giving medical advice here, but it does just fascinate me how it all works together, how the body is a bunch of interconnected systems, and that's why it's important to be careful with it and to know what you're putting in it and why. Yeah, moral of the story is to drink pickle juice. Apparently so. Apparently so. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's by far one of the strangest things that's happened to me about storytelling on this channel. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a bison carcass somewhere here too. Yeah, well, and that is something too, is, I don't know, like, this is way too broad of a topic to discuss in its entirety here, so take everything with a big grain of salt. Because again, it's not my job to diagnose you. I can't do that. But I definitely think there's something to the fact where one small imbalance can set off a lot of other things. However, you always have to be super careful even about how you're handling said imbalance. Ah, you can get off. I wanna bite of this carcass. Hey, you, chase me. Chase me. Come get me. Come get me. You know you want to. You know you want to. You know you want to. Come get me. Come get me. Come chase me. Come chase me. Yeah, that's right. Come get me. Come and get me. You know you want to. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, come chase. Come and chase. Oh. Alright, well, that worked as well. I was gonna lure it away and then come back and eat, but I guess it just ran off. But yeah, ultimately what I was saying is, because one imbalance can cause so much, you also want to be really careful with what you do to fix that imbalance. And I think that's a problem both with traditional medicine and with modern medicine, is too often consideration is not given to the effects that what you're treating an imbalance in a body system could do. So I guess in summary, do your research, make sure you actually know what you're putting in your body and why, and what it's going to do and how it's going to interact with other things, because that can be, if you just start slapping treatments on something, whether they're natural, whether they're modern, whatever the case may be, if you just start slapping treatments together without regard for how they're going to impact everything else, you can end up in a worse place than you're starting out with. So, moral of the story is just understand and be informed as much as you're able to. And that's something that I really wish was a bigger thing in modern medicine, that I feel like it isn't always, is informed consent, I guess, about what exactly the impacts of a medical procedure or treatment can be. I feel like we're starting to lose that, and that's not great. It's really not. It's really not. And I hope that's a trend that people become more aware of and can kind of push back against. Anyway, that's a soapbox for today. It's been a while since we've had one of those. Pick electrolytes, yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that makes sense, too, because if you're not sleeping well, and, like, that's something that can be a problem for me, too, is I often also have insomnia, which I think is an extension of, again, the ADHD. So knowing that that's where the problem's coming from can make it a little easier to solve, doesn't always give you the answer, but it's just good to try to understand what connections you can start to be aware of how it links together, I guess. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I focus issues too can very much vary day to day with anything like OCD or ADHD. Any of those things can really impact focus, and that's something that can be a challenge. I mean, again, like, you know, I also have ADHD, and that can be a challenge even with YouTube, is sometimes sitting down to put the focus into it makes it hard to record if I'm not focused on it, because I don't like recording when I'm not focused, because I feel like then I'm really boring. I really feel like you can tell when I'm not engaged in what I'm doing, so I try not to do it. But then it's really hard when the focus doesn't cooperate for a long period of time, because sometimes they'll have stretches where it's just hard to focus on doing anything YouTube related. And so that's kind of the downside for as much as I like doing YouTube, and I think it's in general a good fit, there's definitely times when it can be more challenging, and that's been part of why I've not done as much lately, is the focus has been a little bit worse, the chronic fatigue's been a little bit worse, and I just don't want to be making videos that are not engaging, where I'm not interested, because I think if I'm struggling and if it becomes a slog for me, then that really reflects on the quality of the video that comes out. So I'd rather kind of pull back for a bit and not do quite as much and put out fewer better videos than more worse ones, I guess. So, you know, it's a season. It happens. I think I'm learning to accept more and more as I get older that sometimes my focus is just gonna jump around. Sometimes, you know, I had like a really big period like last year where I was into Minecraft modding quite a lot, and now I'm kind of not quite as much. So sometimes it just bounces around what I'm interested in, or art fluctuations can be a challenge too. I'm kind of having another... I went from having a really hard time with art to, I think now I'm having a little bit of an easier time and doing more of it. So it really just depends. And that can really be a challenge with the way that the world is kind of geared towards... There's this mindset that, like, you have one career and you do that. And that's all you do. And like, that, I think, is really difficult for people with various neurodivergency mental conditions. That's part of why I chose to pursue an atraditional career. But at the same time, you know, not everyone is gonna have the luxury of being in the situation that I was to be able to do that. It just really depends. But that's something that I don't really know what the answer is, but it's a problem that I've noticed. One of many with the way that society perceives work at the moment. Anyway, soapbox time. But yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the thing too. That sometimes tools or coping mechanisms that have been working for a while change when you have something that you're trying to work with. Sometimes the tools you've been using will stop working and you don't always know why. So you're not always going to be able to fall back on the same methods of coping that you've been using all the way along, and that's a challenge that can come with mental health. And again, it's one of those things that there's not necessarily really an answer for specifically, as much as just, you know, it's okay if that happens. It's frustrating, but it's okay. It's kind of just comes with the territory. I feel like every time Jay goes on a soapbox, the wolf is just in the background peeing every 2 seconds, and it's really comedic. Yeah, we do tend to do soapbox time when we're, while we're talking about, or while we're marking territories, often we'll go off on a soapbox. But yeah, again, just to say too, you know, like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, this is not medical advice, it's just some commentary on things that I've noticed that is, you know, it's just stuff that I've seen and have been picking up on through my experience of now going through young adulthood into adulthood. And some of the things that I've been learning in that process. Yeah. And you know, it is a challenge. It can be frustrating, especially when you're dealing with some form of neurodivergency, or when you're having some kind of mental health problem, whatever the case may be. That does make it more challenging, and it's as much as it's hard, and as much as that gets more difficult when you have societal pressures, and when you're looking at the idea of trying to figure out how is this going to work for a career or whatnot. Be gentle with yourselves as much as you can, because being hard on yourself isn't going to help. It's not going to make the problems better, even though I recognize it can be frustrating. It really is like playing with the difficulty turned up. And that doesn't make it impossible, but at the same time, Ghost, what in the frick? At the same time, as I was saying, it's good to recognize that so you can understand that it's not necessarily that you're you're not failing as much as you're facing additional challenges and doing the best you can with them. Anyway, I'm distracted by my son being in the middle of fricking who knows where. Sir, what? What in the world? Journey, what in the world? I mean, I guess at least, yeah. Okay, let's get in Journey. Oh no! Oh boy. I was gonna say let's leave off before anything dramatic happens, but it looks like it might be a little too late for that. Abyss? For goodness sakes. How is Gale halfway up the cliff? I don't know. I didn't see what she was doing, actually. She was just watching, apparently. It was a series of events. It really was. Territory quest and starting a new playthrough is a long process, especially on challenging, and Lucky keeps antagonizing you. Oh no. Yeah. Lucky Pack does be like that sometimes. Yeah. Oh boy, y'all. At least the pups should have good immunity because we know that they're all black-gray. Journey, please, the flea load. Sir, I'm begging you. But yeah, I think we are gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. How much? 18% wakefulness. We'll kind of linger around a little bit, I guess, and try to get some companionship. And I now have to mull over what Ezra's response to sickness is gonna be, because our wolves all handle it differently in what they do or don't do, and Ezra remains one of the most chaotic wolves, and I don't know, is he— Hayes! Ma'am, goodness. I don't really know how he's gonna respond. I don't know if he's going to rely on more a-traditional methods that most of our wolves would not do. I don't know. For the most part, I don't know. Our wolves all react differently, but some of them have gone to greater extremes than others. Oh my goodness, the double black curse had better not— Hayes, please no. The double black curse had better not find a way to pass on, because the original glitch that caused it got patched, so if another glitch spontaneously manifests itself solely to continue the chaos for the Lost Fog pack, I am gonna lose my mind. I don't know how I'll handle that. I really don't. He should take the Arcturus route. Yeah, good old great Uncle Arcturus is one of the wolves known for said a-traditional methods of may or not bring puppies with on territory marking, and on the one hand, I generally try not to do that because that's not something that most real wolves would probably do. I mean, obviously sickness is different in real life anyway. It doesn't really strike me as something that would be super realistic for wolves to do, but then again, Ezra's frickin' weird. His entire pack is frickin' weird. So, yeah. I really don't know. It's not gonna happen tonight, whatever comes of it. We're not gonna worry about that right now because he's much too tired for it. But, yeah, I think you got it right. You spend 75% of the day with him. It raises the chances of survival. So you can see right now that Hayes' paw print is glowing. I'll put this against a darker background so it's a little bit more obvious. You can see that that's glowing. When our wakefulness hits 0, it's gonna stop, and that's no longer gonna boost the odds of recovery. So as long as we can keep our energy up, which means we should probably sleep and then hang out with Hayes again, as much as we can do that, the better chance she's gonna have of recovering here. So that's kind of what that is. I don't know if it's specifically 75% of the day or what, but it's pretty much whenever your wakefulness is not 0 that you can do this. Oh no! Some cats really do like to just sit right on top of you in need and not realize that you are digging claws into person. I think he's your own character. I know! I didn't look closely at the spelling at this point. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right, though. It's a weird name to spell, and I'd have to go pull out his profile, and I don't have that at the moment. Oh boy, there's an eagle in the distance. Whatever the case may be, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap this up here. We'll have to see how Hayes does the next time. Hopefully she'll recover, but it's one of those things where only time will tell, and right now, looks like we don't exactly have too much more of that for this day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and to drop a follow at twitch.tv/jzx535 so you can see when we're next going live. But I will see you guys next time, and until then, this is Jay, over and out.